Well, U.S. Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm, thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course.
To start, I was hoping you could give us an overview of the state of energy in tribal communities.
Well, first of all, tribal communities have the potential for huge clean energy generation. And historically, many tribes have obviously been energy generators, but in fossil fuel, in coal, for example. We want to help tribes to be able to lead in energy in the 21st century by providing some additional assistance and resources. Big challenge is that many tribal communities, there may be up to 30% of their people who don't even have access to electricity, even though they've been energy generating. So we want to help both those individual families, and we want to help the tribes economically live up to the potential that they have and that their aspirations are seeking.
There's an initiative in particular, Energy Justice, that I was hoping you could touch on as it concerns tribal communities.
Well, in particular with tribal communities, because there has been so much injustice in the past. It's one of the first executive order that the president signed was an order that was focused on justice and on energy justice for the Department of Energy. We have been totally focused on getting 40% of the benefits of these clean energy investments to communities that have been disadvantaged. That includes tribes, but also communities of color, disadvantaged communities. And so we've really crafted the policies to be able to incentivize investment and partnership where communities have been hurting. And so that's why this partnership with tribes and being at the table together and negotiating nation to nation and respecting the tribes is so much infused in how we are going forward. Tribes, because of the lands that they have, can be huge partners if they choose to in this clean energy future, and we'd love to see those investments go to the tribes.
There's a term I've heard over and over again and emphasized, which is energy resilience. Mm-hmm. How does that coincide or work with energy or tribal energy sovereignty?
Yeah, really important, because energy resilience really refers to the ability of people to access energy, and so much energy right now is impeded by these extreme weather events. For example, if you've got, whether it's hurricanes or heat waves or wildfires or droughts, that makes it very difficult to access energy. And so we want to invest in the solutions that allow for tribes to be able to anticipate, respond, but also make sure their energy systems that currently exist are strong. So for example, undergrounding wires is very important, especially in areas that are extremely prone to wildfires or excessive heat. That's one aspect of energy resilience that we want to encourage. Making sure that energy systems themselves are not old, antiquated, and broken. And while we often think about the future, which is very important in building new systems, we also have to realize people are relying upon systems that were built decades and decades ago that are not working well. And so shoring up the existing infrastructure, even as we think about building into the future, all part of energy resilience in an era of extreme climate events.
With these clean energy solutions, visually, what can tribal community members or citizens see as in terms of what this will bring to the economy?
Well, first of all, I think that there's huge opportunity for economic benefit of tribes if they are partners in generating energy for the tribes, but also for export to surrounding areas, to surrounding states. They can charge for that. That can be a means of economic benefit. Maybe tribes might be interested in attracting, for example, the manufacturing facilities associated with building solar panels, putting people to work. The tribal lands themselves can offer huge benefit to many of these manufacturers. And if they are manufacturing on site, this is true for wind as well, wind turbines. Many tribal lands have great wind potential as well. It's true for geothermal, huge geothermal in many places in the West. So tribes can see, if there's a good strategic plan, tribes would be able to take advantage of this in both manufacturing as well as in generating, and I will say also in making sure that we've got transmission across tribal lands, which also is job creating as well.
And finally, what does the future of energy look like for tribal nations?
Our goal on the federal government is to get to 100% clean electricity by 2035. Many tribes have similar goals, and some not so much. We would love to partner with our fellow nations to be able to get to that goal for both jobs, for energy security, and for Mother Earth, which we all share. The climate should be an existential crisis for everyone, and we've all got to do our part to ensure that we combat climate change.
Well, U.S. Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm, thank you so much.
You bet. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.